I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crapper players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Hello, and welcome. Welcome to I Am Sure Sports. My name is Pioneer. It's been a while, people. It's been a while. We have not been here, but as you know, we are in the heights of the track and field season. All right, so I want to say welcome to everybody who's here. Big up Romy, Superboy. Welcome forward, Romy. All right, I want to say welcome to everybody who has joined us already, and welcome to those who will join us later on. All right. As I said, my name is Pioneer, and as you know, people, this is I Am Sure Sports, and we are here today to discuss some track and field. The track and field season is on in full effect and in full flow. As we speak, the Monaco Diamond League is actually presently happening right now, and some interesting results of note. I just watched the 200-meter race with Shericka Jackson, a clash that was billed as Shericka versus Gabby Thomas. Gabby Thomas didn't do much in that race. So it was Shericka versus the young Julian Alfred, and Shericka basically jogged to an impressive 21.96. Alfred was second in 22.02. But what I saw from Shericka in terms of her response says to me that she's in the form of her life, people. She's in the form of her life. I heard her yesterday in the post-meet or the pre-meet press conference saying that we shouldn't expect anything spectacular. She was actually saying that where she's at in her training now, she's not expecting to run very fast. However, what she did, she basically shocked herself by jogging 21.86. So I'm going to make a proclamation right here and right now. All right. I think that 200 meters world record is under threat. We saw Shericka running 21.45 last year at the World Championships. And I'm thinking that this year she's going to go a click faster than that. And that says to me the world record is under serious threat. Let me also mention what we saw yesterday from the pocket rocket, the mummy rocket, Shelly and Fraser Price, opening her season yesterday with an impressive 10.82. Impressive, an impressive outing. Where's the Romy, you're asking what's the record? The record right now, Romy stands at 21-34. And based on the form we are seeing from Shericka Jackson, I'm thinking that that record is under threat. All right, I mentioned Shelly and Fraser Price opening up her season with an impressive 10.82. What was very impressive about that run for me also was that Shelly didn't get what we would consider her traditional rocket start. As I said on another medium, I don't know if she was running to instructions or she was just being cautious based on not wanting to aggravate the knee issue that she has been having all season. But she basically was very tentative and subdued coming out of the blocks. And then we saw her displaying immaculate top-end speed, separating herself from the field at the 40-meter mark and basically finish going away. All right, so that says to me that Shelly and Fraser is in spanking form. I want to engage some persons in the comment section. I want to have a dialogue. I'm expecting to be joined by my brethren, Chris Lynch, later on, and we might be having another guest or two. Fresh God, we have to big up yourself in a Fresh God. Bless up yourself. What you say, Romy? First, I see Mr. Basketball Analyst Pioneer. All right. Welcome forward, my brethren. And yeah, man, we're here all the while, man. So I guess you are a recent addition to the I Am Sure family, but we are always here. You know, we have been here for a couple of years, and you know, at this time of the year when it comes around to track and field time, you know, we are always here, and I Am Sure talking track and field, analyzing track and field, breaking down the stats and the facts, and breaking down the results as they happen. So as I said, for me, the 200-meter record, the 21:34, having run 21:45 last year, which is just 0.11 away from the world record. Based on the form I'm seeing from Shericka Jackson this year, whether she has competition, which I doubt she'll be having, or not, I think she's gonna, if not surpass that record, probably equal it or come at least very close to that record. So my guess is that the record will be broken. The question now is, based on what we have seen from Shelly and Fraser Price, what we saw yesterday, based on what we have seen from Shericka Jackson, 10.65 at our national trials, based on what we have seen from the impressive American Sha'Carri Richardson, running 10.71 in the first round of the American trials. And we have seen some impressive running from the young St. Lucian Julian Alfred. We have also seen an impressive early season from Marie Jose Talou. What are we expecting in the women's 100 meters at the Budapest World Championship? Let me hear from the persons in the comment section. Tell me who you are favoring in the Budapest World Championship, and tell me if you are in agreement with me that that Shericka Jackson seemed to be in the form to overall and surpass the 21:34 world record in the in the 200 meters. Some other interesting things happening in terms of track and field in Jamaica. As it stands, the J3s have a decision to be made as to a third person to be included in the 400 meters for men. What we have seen in the last couple of days, we have seen some impressive running from Rasheen McDonald, running a very, very impressive 44.03 to run second behind the world leader, Stephen Gardner from the Bahamas. And as it stands right now, McDonald had to pull out of our national championships with an injury. The first two past the post from our trials have the qualifying standard for the World Championships, but the person who came third in Powell does not have the qualifying standard. Based on his runs, McDonald has made the qualifying mark. There is a bone of contention as to what should happen in terms of who should be included, or who should be given that third spot for the Budapest World Championship. For me, McDonald yesterday again ran an impressive, what I consider to be a very impressive 44.80. So that's him running probably his third race under 45 seconds this season. And I'm thinking that based on that, he should be included. That spot for me should be given to Rasheen McDonald. I'm looking at some results here. Let me just break down run through a couple of the results from the Monaco Diamond League. I mentioned earlier the women's 200 meter. Shericka Jackson won in an impressive 21.96, jogging 21.86 actually. Julian Alfred was second in 22.08. Dina Asha Simit ran a seasoned best, and she's from Great Britain, ran a seasoned best 22.23 for third. Antoinette Strand from the Bahamas was fourth in 22.40. Daryl Nita, who is the British 200 meter champion, was fifth in 22.54. Kayla White from the US was fifth in 22.54. Gabby Thomas, as I said, finished down the track, finishing seventh in 22.67. And Tamara Clark was eighth. In the women's 400 meters, which is one of the races that I think is going to be very, very hotly contested at the World Championships. We have the superwoman, Sydney McLaughlin from the US, who has moved to run the 400 meter at this year's World Championships. She actually ran the 400 meter at the US Championship, was impressive, running 48.74. We saw her earlier in the season being beaten by Palimo from the Dominican Republic in Paris. The 400 meter today didn't include any of those two ladies. Didn't include another impressive athlete, Nasir, who is back from a suspension. She's from Bahrain. However, the race today, the 400 meter today in Monaco, was a very, very keenly contested one. The race was run by Natalia Kazmarek from Poland, who ran 49.63. Very impressive run from her. She has been consistent. She won earlier this week in the Guliev World Continental Meet. Second place went to Shamir Lickle of the US, a personal best 49.68. Lilia Klever, Leek Klever from the Netherlands, who has also been having an impressive season, was third in 49.99. She was given the same time as Adeleke from Ireland. Sadie Williams, who trains here in Jamaica, ran a season best 50 seconds flat for 5th place. Mara from Kenya was 6th. And we had Van der Walt and Kilba Sikia. Van der Walt is from South Africa and Kilba Sikia is from Poland. They were 7th and 8th, respectively. There was a world record in the women's mile. This is not an event that is contested at the major championships. We see this event being run as a what's the word I'm searching for? Just like a showpiece event at these Diamond League meets. We had a world record being run by Faith Kipiegan. We know Faith Kipiegan, who is also the world record holder at 1500 meter and also the Olympic champion. She ran an impressive 4 minutes, 7 seconds, 0.64, smashing the world record. Second was the Irish woman, McKeegan. Third was Halo from Ethiopia. But a very, very impressive run from Faith Kipiegan. In the women's 100 meter hurdles, that was won by Nia Ali, the US champion, in a personal best 12.30. I think this is going to be another hotly contested event at the World Championships. In recent times, only this week, we have seen where the world record holder from Nigeria, I'm searching for her name in my mind, people, she has been suspended for a whereabouts violation. She has missed 3 mistests. I don't think her situation will be resolved in time for her to be at the World Championships. As it stands, she's pleading her innocence, but I think that situation will take a little time to be sorted out. We know she'll have to face a hearing, and it's left to the hearing and the IAAF to see our World Athletics and the doping control people to see what suspension, if any, will be handed down. And I doubt with all of that happening, we'll see her at the World Championship. Sad as it is, because we have seen this event being a competitive event. Our own Brittany Anderson is injured and is out for the season. However, we still have great representation from people like Megan Tapper and Danielle Williams. And the Americans have been running well. Actually, in the Monaco Diamond League, the results I just mentioned, the Americans were top 4. We had Nia Ali winning in a personal best, as I said before, 12.30. Second was Kendria Harris. When the race ran, when I looked at the race, I thought Kenny Harris had gotten it, but she was second in 12.31. Alicia Johnson was third, and she's also from the US in 12.39. And Tia Jones ran a season best. She was also credited with the same time for fourth, 12.39. So very, 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 very impressive women's 100 meter hurdles event. I also have to mention a very, 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 very great performance from the young Jamaican triple jumper, Hibbert. When I left the feed, the event wasn't concluded, but Hibbert was out front jumping an impressive 17 meters 66. Very, 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 very good jump. This young man, young as he is one for the future. Sky's the limit for him. I heard persons tipping him to win the World Championships this year. I wouldn't bet against it, people. The young man has been in smashing form this year, and he's going to take some beating. He jumps sparingly at events. He sometimes take 2 jumps, makes a mark and pull out, and is oftentimes so far ahead that those 2 jumps are good enough for him to win the event. Another notable result today was in the men's 400-meter hurdles. We saw a very, very impressive Diamond League record, meet record, world lead from Superman Carson Warholm. He ran a very, very impressive 46.51 to basically demolish and dismiss the field in the men's 400-meter hurdles. He had some injuries last year, had a subpar season, was not impressive at the World Championships. Alison dos Santos was the man last season, but Carson Warholm seemed to be back on track this season. And who knows? We could very, very well see another world record run from him at the World Championships. 46.51 people at this stage of the season with almost 4 weeks left for the World Championships. A Diamond League record, as I said before, a meet record and a world lead, says he's in sparkling form. Second in that event was the Brazilian Alison dos Santos. He was somewhere back in second. He ran a season's best, 47.66. Third in that event went to the US's CJ Allen. He ran 47.84. Very good time. The youngster Ludwig Vaillant from France was third in 47.85, and that was a personal best for him. All right. Still waiting on some comments from the persons in the comment section. I'm wanting to hear. Tell me, who are you tipping for the women's 100 meters at the World Championships this year? I'm reserving my pick for now. I've told persons that I'll make my pick in the next 2 weeks when the season has actually elapsed. It's very hard for me to pick against Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, knowing what she does at major championships. But with the form that Shericka Jackson has been in, it's gonna be a very, very interesting race. Shelly, as I said earlier, has had somewhat of an altered season because of the knee injury that plagued her early in the season. And with a couple of weeks left for the World Championships, we are seeing her running into form quite well. And it's left to see what she will do at the World Championships. I'm searching for some other results. The Diamond League, Monaco Diamond League would have just been concluded. I'm still trying to pull up some additional results for men's 100 meter, along with some other events that happened after we came live on the stream. Results from the men's 100 meter. Event was won by Ferdinand Omiala. Second, he won in an impressive 9.92. Second went to Tibogo from Botswana. He ran a season's best, 9.93. Third went to our own Akeem Blake, who was third in 10-second flat. Johan Blake was fourth. We have seen some consistent running from Blake, who false started at our trials, and he's actually out of the World Championships. He ran a season's best, 10.01. Has not broken 10 seconds all season. So he has been steady people around the 10:01 to 10:04 mark, but not good enough to make the World Championship team because of his disqualification, and has not broken 10 seconds all season. It's interesting to see whether he might be included in the relay pool for the the World Championships. Your guess is as good as mine. Also being concluded. Whoa. So I'm looking at the concluded results now for the men's triple jump. And it seems that Fabrice Zango from Burkina Faso jumped out to an impressive 17 meters 70 and actually surpassed Jaden Hibbert's 1766. So Zango won the event with his jump of 1770. Hibbert was pushed down to second with his 1766. And the Algerian Mohamed Tricky was third in a season's best, 1732. So very impressive jump by Zango. It's going to be a showdown for sure at the World Championships come Budapest. Let me see some other results that we might have not mentioned earlier. We did mention the women's 400 meter, the women's 200 meter. We mentioned the 110 meter hurdles. I'm trying to find the races here, people with Jamaican interests. I don't think we had any other Jamaican participant at the Monaco Diamond League, but some good results from those who were in attendance. As I said, Shericka Jackson, very, very, very impressive run from her. I think we'll next see Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce participating tomorrow in the women's 100 meter, and I think that will be in Madrid, Spain. We'll see what she does at that meet. As I said, she'll be wanting to continue her development going towards the World Championships, and should be in for another impressive outing come tomorrow. Also, I'm trying to find the start list for the Madrid meet tomorrow to see who else is included in that meet. So we're gonna make this an abbreviated show, people. As I said, we just wanted to review what was happening in Monaco. Before I go, I want to see if I can find a start list for the Madrid meet tomorrow to see who will be lining up alongside Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The Madrid schedule events. Let me see if we can find some start list here to see who will be the participants. We have the women's 100 meters. Let me see. Bear with me a bit, people. Just want to see if I can find the start list here. But let me welcome everybody else who has joined us on the chat. Welcome, Lineal Sims. Welcome forward, my brethren. Still I wait for hear a few predictions, from the comment section, I want to hear some prediction from the comment section. I want hear who are you guys fancying. For me, I think that the 200 meter results are a foregone conclusion. I struggle to see anybody beating Shericka Jackson there. Gabby Thomas, Shaka Richards, Shelly-Ann Fraser, Julian Alfred, among some others. Dean Ashasim. It should provide some competition, but I think for me it's a foregone conclusion. On the men's side, I have not seen a lot from the reigning champion, and I have not seen a lot more from the other competitors. The men's 100 meters should be somewhat keenly contested. I don't think the Americans have looked mightily impressive this year. For us Jamaicans, we'll be having a couple of first-timers. Rowan Watson, surprisingly winning at our national trials. It's going to be interesting. Blake, and that Akeem Blake should be there. Civil, Blake was out. Civil should be there as who finished third. We are yet to see what kind of form Civil will be in going into the World Championships. I'm still here trying to find the start list people for who wants to bless up the countryman, you know. Countryman, big up yourself, my brethren. I'll seeing in Mobile later, my brethren. I should be in Mobile. Respect and manners. Yeah, reggae some fest later, people. We will be in Mobile. Big up yourself, countryman. But an impressive run today again from Shericka Jackson, folks. I keep saying that she seemed to have surprised herself. 21:86 jogging. That says to me that she's in the form of her life. All right. As I said, people, we're going to make this an abbreviated show. We'll be here hopefully next week, Monday or Tuesday. We'll be reviewing some of the other results that would have taken place in some of the meets that would have happened over the weekend, and we'll also be forecasting the meets that will be happening next week. But be sure to join us, man. It's track season. We'll be here, and I am sure, and we'll start ramping up the track season. We'll be covering and having some watch-alongs for some of the Diamond League meets and some of the other continental meets that will be happening before the World Championships. And we'll definitely be here, people, during the World Championships to be doing some watch-along with you guys. And we'll welcome you to join us, and we'll welcome your participation in the comment section. We'll be having our guests as usual. We'll be having people like Chris Lynch. We'll be having some other noteworthy track and field aficionados. Pardon me. My brother Dave from Mandeville, who is very versed in the field of track and field. We'll be having people like Superintendent Steve McGregor, who is always here with us around that time. Countryman is saying that Alfred is a diamond. Come on, let me see this. Alfred is diamond in the making. Watch out. Yeah, Alfred. Junior Alfred is one for the future. My concern for her this year, though, countryman, is that I think she has run a lot this season. She had a very hectic indoor season. She ran as many as 16 races indoor. And when she came outdoors, she was running both 100 and 200 meters. And I think that will weigh heavily on her. We have seen her running just this week. We saw her running 100 meter, where she defeated Shakara Richardson, running a very impressive 10.89. And we are seeing her again today at the Monaco Diamond League, running in the 200 meters, running somewhat of an impressive 22.08. But having started her season this early, I beg to think that this should be affecting her later on in the season. With all of 4 weeks left for the World Championships, your guess is as good as mine as to how she'll hold up for the World Championships. We have seen this over the years from the collegiate athletes. She's the double NCAA champion, ran an impressive 10.72 in the finals of the NCAAs. It was wind assisted, however, so she didn't actually get the record. The record is held by Shakara Richardson, 10.75. But having been running that hard for that long, countryman. I'm not sure as to if we can have great expectations for her at the World Championships. And at the World Championships, she will also be doubling. She'll be running the 1 and the 2. For me, 5 names stands out for the women's 100 meters. And I mentioned Shericka Jackson, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Price, Shakari Richardson, Marie Jose Talo, and Julian Alfred. What order will they finish in? Your guess is as good as mine, people. As I said, for the 200 meters, I can't see anybody contending with Shericka Jackson with the form that she's in. We are going to wrap up, people. As I said, we are making it a short show today. We will be back early next week to discuss some more track and field. This is I Am Sure Sports, and I'm Pioneer. And it was good for you to have been able to join us here. Join us again soon when we'll be reviewing the meets that would have happened over the weekend, and we'll be previewing the meets that will be happening next week. It was good for you to have joined us. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.